All right, we're back. Jason, Gerry, Mike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Jason, we run a small business, man.
Yeah.
Things are going to happen. It's okay.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. It's okay.
Yeah. They got 2 business calls. I got an inquiry for the gym. It was like perfect timing.
Perfect time.
Perfect
Perfect
timing.
storm.
We're gonna learn how to edit. You're not even gonna know.
You're not even gonna know this happened.
It's just gonna be perfect.
So,
we'll get back into it. I've
Yeah.
got a question here for Gerry that I want to ask.
Yeah.
How do you measure success from a business perspective when we're talking about the gym? There's different metrics for every business. How do you measure success for the growth of the business?
Man, from a business standpoint, honestly, it's going to be continue to build the clientele base, right? If we're speaking purely business, right?
Yeah.
How do we continue to grow from a financial standpoint for obvious reasons? It's going to be bringing in the membership, right? Bringing in new membership and sustaining what we have currently.
Absolutely.
Because the last thing in our field and our business that we want is, we don't want to I don't want to gain 2 people and then I lose 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose 3, gain 2. You see how that's like it's just canceling each other out basically, right? So it doesn't help us from a business standpoint when stuff like that happens, which unfortunately in the fitness world industry, it happens all the time.
Right.
So that's like a continuous battle that I honestly don't think will ever get past, but we can get better at it to where, hopefully down the line, it's like we gained 5 and we lost 2.
Yeah.
You can deal with that, right? Because you still got the other 3 that take over,
Yeah.
you're still on the green side of things,
But wouldn't you say also, Gerry, that measuring the success can also be like, as we were talking about the relationships you have with people, seeing their success, right? Seeing them that they're gaining more, they can do more squats, and they can, as they go on their journey, right? They're losing the weight, the calories, whatever, they might be doing along the way.
That is 100% correct, and I'll say why, because when stuff like that happens, it comes down to the oldest, I guess, way to promote a business: word of mouth, right?
Right.
If I get Joe Schmo in there and he comes in and he's like, hey man, I'm at 312 pounds, I'd like to get down in the 200s. Well, and build strength. We make it happen, then all of a sudden, people see you out everywhere. Like, hey man, you're looking pretty. Wow, what are you doing? What are you doing these days? Are you like doing a fad diet? No, I'm just working hard at this gym.
Yeah.
So now that gives us more exposure, right?
Yeah.
Because this person spoke to this person. Well, now this person's intrigued. Man, I'd like to come check it out. And it can just start a chain reaction.
Yeah. Results, right?
Results, man. Yeah. Results. Yeah.
Well, for
results
me, the way I was brought to DailyGrynde was through a friend, Christina. That I grew up with Christina. Went to middle school, high school with her. She posts a lot of videos and photos of herself doing CrossFit, and over the years, I remember honestly, and I can say this, and I remember I used to think, if you don't know anything about CrossFit, you don't know anything about CrossFit, right?
Right.
I used to say, well, that's not that hard. All they're doing is 10-minute workouts. Like, how hard is a 20-minute workout? Well, it's incredibly hard.
That's the norm. That's the norm when you don't know.
The point is, what we do there is it's not a 20-minute workout. It's an hour. We spend the first 30 minutes obviously stretching, getting warm, and then there's static workauts: bench press, squats, power cleans, whatever, overhead squats, everything. And then every day there's an aspect of what we call a WOD in CrossFit, workout of the day. And it's a cardio and strength, but it's like balls to the wall. Go as hard as you can, whether that's 2 rounds in 20 minutes or 15 rounds in 20 minutes. Right. As long as you progress day to day, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get better. I remember when I first started, I used to get some crap from Gerry because the goal is you work for 20 minutes, it's over. Well, I was like, I'm so hard-headed, I'm going to finish the workout.
Of course.
He's like, hey man, I got shit to do, right?
Like after the time came, I'm like, hey bro, come on man, class is over with.
But I finished the workouts, and eventually now it's the point where a majority of the workouts I can complete under the time cap.
Correct.
Some of them I'm faster than some of the other people.
Yes.
Some of them I'm slower.
Yeah.
It all depends on the movements. If we're doing handstand push-ups, I'm going to struggle a little bit. If we're doing overhead squats, I'm going to struggle. But there's always something that you can do to scale that workout. Instead of trying to do exactly what's on the board, you can scale it back and just focus on making yourself better. And that's part of my journey. I mean, I've gone from, not being very fit when I started at DailyGrynde to being incredibly lean and fit, and then gaining the weight back, but at the same time continuing to work out and getting bigger and stronger. And always focusing on, the gap in the gain, as they say. Well, I can't focus on trying to be 200 pounds. I'm not there right now, but I'm stronger than I was at 200 pounds, and my cardio's better. So that's part of sticking with it. And one thing that you mentioned, retaining customers, retaining people, membership at the gym. There's a reason that these Globo gym type places, they get you in a contract and they're going to bill you for a whole year, because they know most people are going to come for 2 weeks and then they're going to stop coming. So they're going to keep taking your money. Well, CrossFit, I think, is one of those things where the community is almost as important as the workout. I mean, it really is like a family. I could say, like, I have a lot of friends, but 95% of the people that I text with or share memes with are people at the gym. And then I'll just get like a random meme from Hudson or from Randon or from Daniel or whatever, and it's like there's just this environment there when you're working out with people and you're struggling every single day with people. It's like it's really a community and a family. It really is.
It's funny because you create relationships inside a community that even if the day ever came that you decided to leave, right? That doesn't mean that your friendship has to end with the individuals that are there. You create lifelong friendships from there, man. That's the great thing about this sport, man. It creates more than just the workout atmosphere. It creates a camaraderie that goes outside of that gym building and just continues on everywhere else. It's different, man. It's nothing. I did the global gym thing forever. Didn't discover this CrossFit type training until I was 36, I believe, 36, 37.
You and I started about the same age with CrossFit.
Yeah, man. And once I started there, I never went back. I never stepped foot. To this day, I still haven't stepped foot back into a global gym.
Wow.
I just haven't, man. And nothing. 36 years old, 150, doing global gym stuff previous years, and me thinking I'm in shape because I played ball, played sports.
Oh, man.
I mean, you're in shape, but you're in shape for specific things. You're in baseball shape. I'm in basketball shape. Overall shape, that's a whole nother ballgame right there. Like overall health and shape, man, that's a whole nother ballgame right there. You get there and you get humbled very quickly. Especially, and I told everybody from day one, I said, check your ego at the door when you come in here. I'm telling you right now.
I like that.
Because the first thing you're going to see is and not to make this sound bad, but there's going to be a female that's probably going to outlift you.
And you're not in overhead squats.
And you don't think so, right? You don't think so. And I put you on a 45-pound barbell empty, and you can't even lift that. And it's like, I'm trying to tell you, man. And this is just in general,
He's not talking about me.
I'm not talking about my boy. No.
So just going back to what you both are saying, because I don't do CrossFit. I feel like the military is kind of a CrossFit workout, and I again, the more he wears on me, the more I've met Gerry now, and I'm like, man, I need to try this. But when you say you're learning life lessons along the way about not only about yourself, but like you said, I like what you just said about struggling with other people. I think that really. That really shows you a lot about yourself. It helps you build a character. It helps you, we talked about this on our first episode, the vulnerability, right? Like you can actually be vulnerable. It's like, man, I can't do this today, or you can do this today. And like you said, Jay, I feel like half the time you're talking, you're texting, joking with CrossFit people, and that's beautiful, because as you get older, I was going to ask you too, Gerry. We were talking a little bit prior. It's hard to meet good people, right? You gotta go sit in a bar. I'm not going to the club.
At our age, we ain't about that life
anymore.
Well, and there's something wholesome about the gym too. I was thinking about this morning. The only time I'm like not on my cell phone when I'm going to the restroom is at the gym. It's weird. Like going there every morning. It's like that's like the pre-workout kicks in, and then I'm just sitting in there. I'm like, damn, I don't have my cell phone. But it's like you kind of just put everything down. And for me, they have a 5 a.m. time slot. They have a 7 a.m. They have an 8 a.m. They have a 4:30 and a 5:30. For me, 5 a.m. is perfect. It's the only time of the day my phone's not ringing. I'm working out before my family gets up. By the time I get home, sometimes my wife's awake.
Yeah.
If my son wakes up early, but it's like literally. I mean, it's like the only time I go to the restroom and don't have my cell phone with me. I'm just sitting there like with my thoughts.
Yeah.
Like I got to get back to workout.
But he's also trying to hurry up because he knows if when I scan the room, if I'm there, I'm gonna call your ass. I'll be like, we're just waiting on Jason, guys. Hold on, guys.
I think it was Wednesday.
In the restroom. Waiting on Jason to start the clock.
I was like, Gerry, I started 40 seconds late today.
He told yeah. I was like, all right, man.
So someone to hold you accountable,
Absolutely.
That's what we talk about in business. Jason, we were talking about this morning at breakfast. It's just like, I'm dealing with other things. He's dealing with the business, but everything's relevant. Everything is in the same parameters, right? Just our mind and our thoughts and your mental well-being it's incredible these days, man.
And I think as a man or as a woman, as an adult, we want to you got to be competitive. You got to stay competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And in that class that you're in, every class, like there's people in there that are significantly, like there's a guy, I mentioned his name, Donnie Bradley.
Yeah.
If you watch this, Donnie, I doubt he will. Right? But if you do, he's an absolute animal. I mean, everything he does, he's fast, he's quiet, and when he does talk, it's like,
whoa.
Everybody listens, right? Because he's not. But when you watch him work out, it's like if you try to compare yourself to Donnie, like nobody can keep up with Donnie. Maybe Gerry can. There's some guys that can. Yeah. But at the same time too, he's incredibly supportive of everybody, and he's like, he wants you to get better. And he's told me many times, he's like, I try to tell you, he's got a super country accent. He's like, I try to tell you what to do, and you just don't listen to me. It's like
more Cajun. He's from Louisiana background.
He's super Cajun.
Yeah.
He moved back to Louisiana recently. We definitely miss him, man. And guys like Carlos, and you watch these guys, and it's incredibly motivating. But then there's somebody in there that 6 months ago you may have been smoking in every workout, and next thing you know, like they're keeping up with you. It's like, oh man, I got to beat this guy.
Yeah.
So it's very competitive. Even if you're not the fastest, you're competing against yourself, but like everything's also a race. So it keeps that competitive spirit going. And for guys like us who we're working all day, that's our time to get the.
It's all in good nature, man. And I'm gonna tell you what, the competitive aspect is gonna come from a lot of us that were athletes in the formal life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I've got guys that were in the military.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of how much y'all get pressed in there, that stays in. It just stays embedded in your brain.
Absolutely.
I've had friends there before, man, that were in the military, and I have to tell them to dial it. The nature of being in the military, which I love, the strong will minded. But it can actually be a hindrance when you get to like a gym setting.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because I've had guys come in there before, and female athletes as well that were in the military. They're so strong-minded that even when they're injured, they wanted to push through a workout.
Yeah.
So for me, and the way I am, and how adamant I am about nobody's getting hurt on my watch.
Right.
It's like, man, I have to sit them down and have a conversation with them. Hey, man,
you need to chill.
You need to chill. Like, you've got like a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
You can't do double unders.
You're not doing that.
I'm gonna put you on a skier.
Yeah.
That's all upper body.
Yeah.
No, man, I got it. No, you don't. Not here. If you want to do your double unders, go home and do them.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do them in here.
Right.
But and it's not a knock. It's just, damn, that's how strong-minded someone that was in the military previously can be, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man, like. And for me, I'm like, there's no way I would have done. I would have, as soon as I sprained my shit, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out for 2 weeks. I ain't doing it, But man, dude, I was like, and I admire that. But in the same token, again, me being a responsible coach, I have to stop. No, you can't.
Put your foot down.
I got to put my foot down. We're gonna make a modification for that movement. I'll let you do something else.
And the gym has all the equipment necessary to modify any workout you can do.
Yeah.
100%. You can do bench press. You can do curls, triceps. Like you said, the ski erg. If you can't do the row, you can do the ski erg. If you can't do the ski erg, you can do the bike, right? There's always something there you can do. Yeah. And I think the reason that you haven't had to go to like a Globo type gym is because you guys literally have everything. If you can't do the workout with the equipment at the gym, you're doing something wrong. Kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells, we got everything, right? There's different weight barbells for different skill levels too. Yeah. Even a PVC pipe, putting a PVC pipe over your head and doing squats.
That can be
hard.
Yeah.
Flexibility is very important. We focus a lot on flexibility there.
Yep.
And that's something that I need to get better at as well too.
That's all of us. That's a continuous, that'll never end. It's just, again, you gotta put forth the effort to wanna be like, all right, I wanna do this, I need to focus on this, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I you know, we've been talking here for a little bit, and I guess we can close out with this. I guess my last question is, you plan on, you know, what are some of your future goals with the gym? Do you plan on expanding? Would you open more, or would you just expand on what you already have, or what are some things you're thinking moving in the future?
I think we'd expand on what we have already. We have a big facility.
It's pretty big, yeah.
If, as far as expansion goes, for us, expansion would be, okay, I'm gonna add a 9 a.m. class, or I'm gonna add a 6:30 p.m. class,
Gotcha.
Things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
To accommodate, we got a 5,500 square foot facility. Like, there's no need for us to add to the building.
Right.
You know, when we can just add a piece of equipment and add a class.
There you go.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm saying more. I guess I would say more locations, like maybe say the Woodlands. You're getting.
I mean, that would be awesome, man.
Yeah,
that would be like
Yeah.
ideal for us right now. We look at the goals that are attainable right in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. Big goals are great. Let's work on goal one right here, right?
Let's
again,
maximize this facility, the time, the
right,
slots,
right,
the
yeah,
classes.
yeah. I love what we
Good.
have. I wouldn't be able to do this without my boy Al, man. The Al is basically the brains behind the operation.
Gotcha.
It's like Jay said earlier, I'm just the front man.
Yeah.
I do what I can. I get the people in. I teach them. I love teaching, man. I feel like it's what I was meant to do. When I was in the plant, all I did was teach new operators.
Yeah.
New operator comes in, hey Gerry, we need you to train this guy. I need you to train this person, that person. Same thing at the gym, right? New person comes in, I'm going to train them. Different levels. It doesn't matter whether you're advanced, intermediate, beginner, novice, whatever you want, man. I'm going to teach it all.
Wow.
I would say the main goal is, when we attain each goal that we want, it's going to always be a continuous cycle, because I'll never be satisfied. As much as we grow, I'm still going to continue to want to grow. That'll never end.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 250 members. All right, let's go get 300.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 300. Let's go get 350.
Absolutely.
It never ends for us, man. It's what we do the most work out of everybody, man.
Yeah.
Employees, wonderful. They can go home at the end of the night and shut it off and go to sleep. We don't have that luxury. Our brain never stops.
Never stops.
Our brain never stops, man. It's like, how do we get better?
Right.
How do we grow? How do we fix this?
And the more successful you get, and the bigger you get,
The problem.
stress just increases. Because
Yeah, man.
again,
Yeah.
even if you have people who do those roles, me and Mike talk about this a lot. Like, I try not to get too stressed out about it, but
Yeah.
the things, the little things, they seem to weigh the most on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true,
And
man.
you're
It's
supporting
true.
the team, and so one thing I wanted to touch on too. This is. You guys this year, you're hosting the Murph Challenge, correct? So
Yes.
You guys are actually an official.
Yeah.
I don't know what the wording, the official.
I would say
Murph
an
Challenge
official host for the Murph Challenge.
for the Murph
yeah.
Challenge,
Yeah.
which is, if anybody knows what Murph is, basically it's a hero workout. If you guys have ever seen the movie Lone Survivor,
Lone
Murph,
Survivor.
Murph was one of the Navy
Based
SEALs
off
in
of
there.
him, yeah.
Okay.
It's a 1 mile run.
Michael Murphy, is that his name? I can't remember. Something like
I
that.
don't know for sure.
Something like that.
I don't know.
It's a 1 mile run. It's 100 pull-ups. It's 200 push-ups and
Yeah.
300 air squats.
And then a 1 mile
And
run.
a 1 mile
back
run at the
in.
end. And ideally, to do the Murph, you're supposed to be wearing a weighted vest as well too. So
Yeah.
an incredibly difficult hero workout. I think this is kind of like the original hero workout,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken,
It is,
or one of
yeah.
the originals.
It's
Um,
it might be the first one they ever. Yeah, I think it is the first one that the CrossFit brand ever brought out.
But this is your first
officially.
year becoming an official host for that event.
Yeah, yeah, man.
We're doing it every
Yeah.
year. You've been doing it every year, but
Yeah.
you weren't hosting like a.
No. This is like, we're actually, we have you've seen it. We have the banner, the registration forms online. If you want to donate to the Murph Foundation, I believe it is, you just sign up through there, and you get like depending on what you donate, you get like a cool shirt and a hat and some other stuff. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah.
And then you get the option too if you want to actually do the workout.
This is true.
Come in, you
This
can
is
see the
true.
facility. You can scale it. You don't have to wear the weighted vest. I'm
Yeah, man,
definitely
yeah.
not going to wear the vest.
Yeah.
And I'm going to break it down into sets to be more reasonable. We
Yeah.
personally at the gym have been training for this for like the past 6 weeks.
It's been
Kinda leading
going on
up to
6
it.
weeks.
And when is that? When is that?
Memorial Day, May 28th.
which is a Monday, right?
On a Monday, yeah.
Okay.
May 28th, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's an
Good.
opportunity.
That'd
If
be
you're
fun
not
for me to
familiar with the
watch.
gym, You
'Cause I
can
ain't
come
doing that shit.
There's a couple guys we've been talking about. There's a couple guys at the gym that have been wearing a vest and training that are really probably going to give it a run for its money. But this is the type of workout that could take between 30 minutes and an hour.
Yes.
And depending on.
And what is it? Recognition for the gym, or is it for your personal recognition? What do you get? Is there a prize or anything, or is it?
There's
just,
no prizes, but I
just-
mean, what you said is pretty much what I mean. It's in honor of this military person, and on top of that, it's like you've been saying, the mental grind, man. Like this workout is all mental. At any point, man, this workout can break you down, man.
Yeah.
That was his favorite workout that he would do.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, this workout really challenges you mentally more than anything.
It's like a badge of honor to complete it.
Pretty
got
much.
to- oh,
Pretty
okay.
much. It's like a badge of
And
honor.
then you say, and then asterisk DailyGrynde. You say that
Yes.
Jason Charles works out.
It's
at
like
DailyGrynde.
running.
Yeah,
It's like running
yeah.
a marathon. I mean,
Yeah.
the first time you run it, it might take you 4 hours. The next year, you knock 15 minutes off your time.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
know, then the next year, and
It's
so
improved.
it's just a matter of
it's
it's
just-
somewhere you can measure yourself
Yeah.
against yourself, and just to compete it. I've heard people say, "Hey, look, I only want to do that once a year." Like, it's not something you want to do. Like we do a workout every year called 12 Days of Christmas, and it's like
Right.
it's
Yeah,
a grind. I
that's
think
a
it took
little
me an
different.
hour and 8 minutes last year.
Yeah.
Some guys finish in 40 minutes.
Wow.
It just all depends on who you are.
Okay.
But it's like every year, it's like at some point on a Saturday, we're going to get that 12 Days of Christmas or
Yeah.
Monday or whatever. And
It's
gonna be
definitely a
brutal.
different kind of push, man. Murph
is.
is. I've done it 3 or 4 times. I think I went ahead and retired, hung my belt up on that. I said, man, I'm done with Murph, man. I can't. It hurts the soul, It's definitely. I got my badge of honor. I did it twice. I did it once without a vest, twice with the vest, and the last 2 times was excruciating. But I will say, the third time I did it, it was my best time ever. So I was like, all right, I'm
There
good
you
with
go.
that.
Go
Good
out
with
on
that.
a high
You went out on top.
I went
yeah.
out on top,
There
man. I
you
went
go.
out on top, man. I'll
Well-
just be coaching them and cheering them on.
Let's to end it. Tell us just a little bit about your fitness journey. You're still an athlete. You still compete.
Yeah.
I mean, how many years in a row have you qualified for the quarterfinals?
The quarterfinals, I've qualified 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, from the CrossFit Open to the quarterfinals 3 times. This was my 3rd year. With the expansion rule this past year, it was a little different this time, so I don't know how I sat actually. First time I finished in the top 600, second time top 500, but this time I kind of fell back a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's due to the expansion or what, So
Yeah, this year, for anybody who's familiar with CrossFit, in the previous years, it was top 10% of athletes in each division
Yeah.
advanced. This year, they opened it up to be the top 25%. Obviously, anybody that knows business knows it's a business decision, right?
Pretty
You had
much,
to pay,
yeah.
pay to
Yeah.
advance, and as soon as they get to like the quarterfinals, a lot of the 25% people that did it were probably pretty much just got their butts kicked.
pretty much.
But
If you weren't in the top 200 to get to the semifinals, then it's like, all right, well, they only take the top 200, so.
anyway, so I mean, it's been a great episode, Jerry.
Yeah, man, hell yeah,
Got to
bro.
learn something about you that I didn't already know before. Mike had to get up and take a call here.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's
it's all
part of
good.
I had
the-
to take a call.
He's back.
So
Or not.
that was episode officially episode 5 coming to a wrap here.
Number 5.
Jerry Reyes,
Watch
owner
it.
of DailyGrynde in Richmond, Texas. If you're interested in joining the gym, check out the website or
Yeah, man.
Facebook page. Was it dailygrynd.com?
DailyGrynde.com. Hit us up on IG, whatever you want. Just shoot me a message directly. I'll send you my number, man. Whatever. you
Any
need.
skill level, you can come into the gym and get better.
Any
It will,
skill level.
it will change your life. Jerry's there. He coaches you. These guys, the reason you go to a gym like a CrossFit gym is to get the coaching. It's not personal training, but it may as well be, because every single person in there is going to get the one-on-one attention that they need. So.
Yeah, as much as they need to, man. I appreciate you having me, brother.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate
Thanks
y'all
again,
having
Jerry.
me, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Episode 5. That's a wrap.
We're out.
Take it out.
No, Don.